Just going to focus that down slightly. That's it. So on our back with our gaze straight up at the ceiling. So always try and remember that. The gaze when we're on our back is straight up at the ceiling and not over our head. Focus on the length between your shoulder blades, so the top of the neck and the base of your skull. Have your feet inner hip width apart, so they're not wide on the edges of the mat. They're inner hip width apart. Spread those toes, weight evenly through your heels. Relax through your hips. Allow your breastbone to soften and your shoulders into the mat. And I'd just like you to place your hands just on your hip bones at the front of your waist. So you'll find those little hip bones, and just pop your fingers or your hands on there and rest your elbows onto the floor. And first of all, we're going to start by doing some pelvic tilts. So we're all familiar with that move. We're just curling the tailbone and then uncurling, not making a big arch through the back, just a soft arch through the back. Curling the tailbone and uncurling. So if you can imagine those vertebrae stacked on top of each other, we're just loosely moving them apart from each other. So moving them forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards. Well done. And you should feel those hip bones just rolling gently forwards and backwards as we do that. Next time you're rolling back and you're gently flattening the lower back into the mat, keep curling. So curl that tailbone up, lift the vertebra one at a time off the mat if you can, or at least visualize that until you're in the bridge position. And in this bridge position, make sure your toes are on the mat, heels are on the mat. Your thigh bones are nice and long and your hip bones are level. So just have a little feel and make sure that one's not dipping down on one side compared to the other. And allow those shoulders to melt into the mat. Okay, and then roll back down. And try and visualize your breastbone, your chest bone sinking first. Draw that tummy button into your ribs gently, and then draw your pubic bone into your tummy button. And we uncurl. And let's do that in reverse. So curl the tailbone, connect your pubic bone to your tummy button draws into your lower ribs. Keep the fingers on the hip bones, and we're rising into that bridge position, nice and long through the thighs. Feel your bottom, make sure there's some activity in your bottom muscles. And stay like that, breathe in. As you exhale, roll back down again. All the way back down. And can we do 4 more of those, please? So visualize rolling up into your bridge. Hip bones are level, check. Thigh bones are long. Breastbone is melted, feet are flat. And then when you're ready, roll back down again. Three more. Coming up. Good. And rolling down. Rolling up. Check bottom muscles are working. And back down. And last one. On this one, I'd like you to stay up. So bring that bridge up. Keep your hands on your hip bones. Lift your left heel. Then press the left heel down. As you lift the left heel again, press that left hip bone into your left fingers so that we're not dropping on the left side of your bottom, and press the heel into the mat. So lift the left heel, imagine that hip bone is being pressed into those left fingers, and then press the heel into the mat. 3 more. Lift the left heel, press your left hip bone into your left fingers, so you're connecting those 2 surfaces, and press the heel into the mat. And again, last 2. Lift the left heel, press the left hip bone into your fingers and press the heel down onto the mat. And last one. Lift the left heel, think about keeping that connection between hip bone and fingers. Press the heel down and then roll back down. So this early work we're doing today in the class is all about trying to keep, not sort of relaxing everything when we move one side, we're keeping those muscle activity going. So we're going to repeat that on the right. So rolling up into your bridge, nice and long through your femurs. As you lift the right heel up, ensure that right hip bone is gently being pressed into the fingers that are sitting on top. And lower the heel back down. Lift the right heel, so you're on your right toes. Press the hip bones into your fingers and press the heel back down. Lift again on the right side. Press the hip bones into your fingers and press the heel down. 3 more. Lift the heel bone and press the heel down. Last 2. Lift the heel on that right. Sink the heel back down. Last 1. Lift the heel, keep that hip bone pressed into your fingers. Drop the heel bone down and roll yourself back down. Okay, so hopefully you were feeling that bit of a stronger engagement through your leg muscles just by pressing those fingers and pressing that hip bone to connect a little bit more with your fingers. So for the next part, we're just going to keep our feet on the mat. Take the left knee, and the left knee is going to drop gently out to the side. So you're opening that hip up. And then you're going to close it back down again. So if it's your left knee, you're coming out to about 11, 10 o'clock on a clock face. And this time, and as we come back in, I'd like you to gently press the right fingers and right hip, bony hip together as the left knee comes out. And then press back in again. And you can roll onto the outside border of the left foot. So you're onto the outside border of the left foot as you take the left knee out to the side. So you're showing the sole of your foot to the right leg. And then back in again. 3 more. Left knee's dropping out to the side, going onto that little toe and the outside border of the foot. And then bringing the knees back together. 2 more. Out to the side. And back in. And last one. Out to the side with the left knee. And back in. Okay, same on the right side. I'm just going to change my angle on the camera. So you're taking that leg out to the side on the right side, out towards 2 o'clock. And you're pressing your left hip bone into your left fingers as the right knee comes out to the side. So you're not lifting your bottom. We're just making sure that those muscles aren't going to sleep on the left side as we take the right leg out to the side. This is stability, basically. Keeping yourself stable as one part of the body is moving away from your midline. So this helps with balance when we're balancing, when we're reaching out of our base of support, when we're doing stepping up, stepping down. Keeping one side stable whilst the other side moves. Last 2, 1 and 2, and back to the center. Okay, now I'm feeling that quite a lot in the backs of my legs. So I'm going to do some hamstring stretch. So bring your left knee into your chest. Slide the right leg away down to the bottom of your mat. Press the back of the right knee into your mat and pull your toes up towards you. on the right side. So you're pulling those toes as if the toes are trying to meet your shin bone. And you're hugging that left knee into your chest. And you're really trying to connect the back of your right leg from your hamstrings, your back of your knee and your calf into the mat. Now point the toes away from you on the right side. Point the toes away. And pull those toes up towards you. Now, if you're able, you can either keep the left knee in at your chest and lift the right leg up, or place the left foot down onto the mat to give you more stability. So that gives you a base of support through that left foot. Hands by your side. Point the right toes. Bring the leg up. Okay? And then show the sole of your foot to the ceiling. And let the heel lead the way back down to the floor. When you've got to the floor, point your right toes. Float the leg up. Think about floating that leg up with pointed toes. And then show the sole of your right foot to the ceiling. And your heel leads the way back down to the mat. Same again. Point the right toes. Think about floating that right leg up. Use your thigh muscles to float that right leg up. And then show the sole of the foot to the ceiling. And draw the heel down towards the floor. 2 more. So if you've still got your knee into your chest, well done. Point those toes on that right side. Float the leg up. Show the sole of the right foot to the ceiling. And the heel leads the way back down. Press the back of that right knee into the mat. Point the toes. Last one. Float the leg up. Show the sole of your right leg to the ceiling. And the heel drives you gently back down to the mat. Okay, well done. Place the left foot down if it's not already. Bring your right knee into your chest. And slide the left leg away from you. So again, 2 choices here. You can either keep hold of the knee, or you place the right foot down onto the mat to increase your stability and base of support, and put your hands out to the side. What we do with the left leg is the same for everyone. So point your left toes, please. Nice and long through the front of that thigh. Think about floating that leg up. Float, 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 float as far as you can. And then the sole of the left foot shines up to the ceiling. And then you're taking the heel is driving you down slowly towards the floor. Okay. Point the left toes. Float up. Pull those toes down. Heel drives you back down to the floor. Okay. Point the toes. And float up. Heel drives up to the ceiling. And back down again. Point the toes on the left leg. Float it up. Show the sole of your foot to the ceiling. And drive back down. 2 more. I don't talk about breathing so much when we're doing it on the video because I find it hard to make sure that everyone's happy with what they're doing from an instruction perspective. But please just make sure your breathing is relaxed. Just don't hold your breath. As long as your breathing is relaxed in and out, you'll be fine. Just don't hold your breath through any of the exercises. Okay. And lower that leg down. Well done. Bring that left knee into your chest. Bring the right knee into your chest and have just a little hug. And we're going to place the left foot on the mat. One last bit before we change position. And we're going to straighten out the right leg so that your leg is parallel. So your left thigh and right thigh are parallel with each other. Okay. And then if you can, I would just like you to press down through that left leg Just lift your hips a little bit and then lower back down. That's 1. If that's a bit tricky, pop your toes down on the right side just to help you lift the hips a little and back down. 2. Lift the hips a little bit and back down. 3. We don't have to lift very high. 4. 5. And think about that cueing from earlier, pressing that right hip bone into those fingers at the front of your hips. 6. 2 more. 7. If you want to just put those toes down, put the toes down, lift the hips. 8. Well done. Flat foot on the right side, either a straight leg on the left or toes onto the mat on the left. Press down through the right foot, lift those hips. 1 and back down. And 2. 3. 4. 5. It's brilliant if you're managing this. It's quite hard. And 6. And last 2. If you need to put the toes down for the last 2, please do. 7. And 8. Well done. Brilliant. Bring those knees together, heels together, a stretch that you know well. Allow the heels to lift off on the left foot. Keep the knees together and take the knees to the right hand side. So you're just stretching through that lower back, off to that right hand side. A couple of nice slow breaths. And when you're ready, bring the knees through the center and over to your left hand side. As far as is comfortable for you. And then come back to the center. Okay, so from this point, let me just check what we're up to. We are either sitting in a chair. I've written out my plan. We are sitting in a chair or knee extension. Okay, we're going to sit in a chair or go into side lying, I think. So if you don't like to go on a side, you can sit in the chair and do some leg openers. All right, you need your ball for this. Otherwise, pop onto your side. I will come down into my side in a second. If you're sitting on the chair, you need to sit quite far forwards. And we'd like the ball between your heels, sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to be opening our legs. So follow my cues. You'll just be in the chair and you'll be squeezing the ball with your heels. For those of you that are on your side, that's great. We need the ball between our heels and our knees bent. Jane, are you sitting in a chair or are you on the floor? Maybe your video's frozen. Okay. Down on our sides. Make sure your head's comfortable. You can have a cushion if you need to. Our thigh bones should be coming out about 45 degrees from our hips. Okay. And a right angle at the knees. Squeeze your heels together. Place your hand in front of your chest or just at the front of the mat. Squeeze the heels together and open up the thighs. And lower those knees back down again. Try not to let the knees touch. So knees raising up, knees coming down. Well done. Don't let those knees touch. Up and down. Open that top knee and close it back down. Try and have some pressure through the heels, through the ball, so that it gives you a little bit of a stability workout. If you just forget the ball's there, then it might as well not be there. But you need to just gently, about 30% effort, keep that gentle squeeze on the ball as you take the knee up and down. If you're sitting in the chair, have the ball between your heels and you're taking the knee out to the side. Keep going. Should be warming up in the outside of your bottom and your hip, maybe down the outside of your thigh too. 2 more. 1, 2. Good. Now this time, allow the knees to fall gently on top of each other. Lift the ball up. So you're squeezing those heels with the ball lifted up. And from here, you're going to squeeze those balls, keep the heels high, and open that top knee and close it back down again. Well done. Open that top knee and close it back down again. If you're sitting in the chair, just come onto your tiptoes rather than having your feet flat. Tiptoes with your feet and taking that knee out to the side. Again, 30% effort to just gently keep that ball, a bit of a squeeze between the heels. 6 more. 6, 5, can really feel that burning today. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up there if you can. Keep those knees apart. Keep a gentle squeeze on that ball. Squeeze that ball a little bit harder if you can, and you'll feel it working more in here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Bring those knees together and lower the feet down. Give yourselves a rest and take your top arm out in front of you and think of drawing a rainbow with those fingertips. So draw a rainbow and take the arm behind you. Okay. If you're sitting in a chair, gently turn your back and rotate to the other side. Do another one of those if you're lying on the mat. I'll just show those people that if anyone sat in the chair. If you're sitting in the chair for this exercise and you've had the ball between your feet, just turn your body to one side and then turn your body and twist to the other side. Okay. Okay, make that one more rainbow, please. That's it. Follow those fingers, ending up looking up at the ceiling. And then last bit on this side, we're going to put the 2 moves we've just learnt together. If you're sitting on the chair, you're going to go from flat foot to tiptoe, flat foot to tiptoe. Okay, for those of you on the mat, we're going to, I'll demonstrate first. We're going to open up the top knee, close down, lift up the heels, open up the knee, close down, lower the heels, open up the knee, close down, lift up the heels, open up the knee, close down. Okay, so everyone join in if you haven't already. Knee opens, lowers, heel lift, open, lower, heels down, open, lower, heel lift, open, lower. Keep going, heels down, open, lower, heel lift, open, lower, heels down, open, lower, heel lift, open, lower, heels down, open, lower, heel lift, open, lower, heel down. If you're in the chair, sitting up nice and tall, tiptoes in, feet down, open, in, tiptoes, open, in, feet down, open, in. Okay. Right, last few repetitions on that side. Really lift those feet up if you can. Last one or two. Yep, well done, Elizabeth. Well done, Janet. I can see you both. Super. Well done, Gaynor. Okay, make the next one the last one. And you can relax those bottom muscles for a minute. Okay, so we're now going to come up into, before you do that, we're now going to either come up into standing or high kneeling, okay, which is like this. To come into that position from side lying, I'd like you to either come onto 4-point, and you can cat stretch, cow stretch, and child's pose. Cat, cow, child's pose. If you're sitting in the chair, just run your hands along the front of your thighs. That's it, Gaynor, just sit yourself down. Run your hands along the front of your thighs down towards your toes so that you're doing some bending forwards. Run your hands, that's it. Drop that chin to your chest. Good. And then run those hands back up your thighs, back up into sitting. Open the chest out, drop your shoulders from your ears. Good. And then run those hands back down the front of your thighs again. Down to your toes, tuck that chin into your chest. Feel nice and heavy. And then come back up again. Well done, Gaynor. And drop your shoulders down from your ears. Excellent. Run your hands back down again once more. Okay, so we're either going to be in standing or high kneeling. You choose which you would like to be. We're going to do exactly the same. Yep. So from this position, still need our ball. Grab the ball. Doing some nice stretches, well done. Take the ball in your right hand. And we're going to take our arm up. Ball's in the right hand, well done. Slide your left hand down the outside of the thigh. And the ball is coming with you over to the left hand side. Excellent. Keep that tummy button to pubic button engaged. Now turn your left palm outwards to the outside of the room. And your left palm is going to come up. And hold on to that ball. Gentle squeeze with the ball. Pulse the ball. 1, 2, 3. Well done. Float the left hand back down again. Take a breath in. Exhale. Come back to the center. We're working our oblique muscles on the side of our trunk. Breathe in. Slide the left hand down. Over to the right hand side again. Turn your left palm to face the outside of the room. Float that left palm up until you've got the ball. Squeeze the ball with your palm of your hands. 1, 2, 3. Well done. Float left hand down. Breath in. Exhale. Come back to the center. Once more. Over to the side, float all over, slide the hand down. Turn your left palm to the outside of the room. Raise that arm up to your hand. Squeeze that ball and pulse. 1, 2, 3. Float the left arm down. Come back to the center and take that right arm down by your side. Well done. Change hands. Ball into the left hand. Okay. Float the left arm up, holding that ball. Well done. Draw that pubic bone to your tummy button. Slide the right hand down the outside of the thigh and the left arm comes over. When you're ready, turn the right palm to the outside of the room and you're going to bring that hand up to meet the ball and squeeze that ball with the palm of your hands and pulse. 1, 2, 3. Drop the right arm down. Come back to the center. Should be feeling all your abdominal and tummy muscles working. Okay, over to that right hand side again. Slide right hand down. Tuck your tailbone in. Now float up with the right hand. Good, reaching nice and long. Squeezing through that ball to pulse. 1, 2, 3. Float the right hand down. Bring your left arm back up. Okay, and over to the side again for the last one. Sliding down, just check. Tailbone's tucked in. Left arm is reaching farther away, keeping that ear to your arm if you can. Turn the palm outside. Bring the right arm up and pulse. 1, 2, 3. Well done. Float that hand down and come back. Brilliant. Okay, drop that hand down. Okay, let's just circle those shoulders. And I'd like you to take the ball behind your back. Yep. Again, with the palms. So palms are pressing into the ball. Shoulders are dropped down from the ears. And just see if you can just gently press onto the ball with both hands and hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Drop the shoulders from the ears. Press into that ball again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop the shoulders from the ears. Breathe in. Exhale. Press through that ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And last one. Breathe in. Exhale. Press through the ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Just drop those shoulders again. Circle the shoulders. Okay, I think most of you are in standing. I'm going to come up. Oh, that's okay. Janet, you're in kneeling, are you? Yeah, okay. Right, for those of you in kneeling, I'm going to stretch the back of the hamstrings. So place your left heel out in front of you. Keep the left knee straight. Tip your pelvis forwards and feel a stretch at the back of the leg. If you're in standing, from this position, take the left heel forwards. Soften the right knee. Can use the ball if you've got it. And then roll the ball down the front of your left leg, making sure you're pulling your left toes up towards you. So I am in that position. Okay. Elizabeth, just lift your toes. So lift your left toes up off the floor. That's it. Onto your heel. Well done. Okay. Bring that left leg back. Same with the right. So right leg goes out in front with your right toes lifted off the mat, just the heel on the mat. Your left knee is bent. Roll that ball down. And pull those right toes up. If you're on your knee, it's a bit easier on your knee actually. You're in that position. Okay, you can just roll it down. Should be feeling it at the back of the thigh and the back of your knee. That's it, Gaynor. Well done. Yep, good. Elizabeth, can you feel a stretch there? Give me a thumbs up or something. I'm not sure. You can, yes. Okay. And hopefully Janet and Francis, you can? Yep. Sarah? Got that? Yes, okay. Well done. Good. Okay. Great. Now we're going to do adductors, inner thighs. If you're in standing, widen your base of support. Soften your right knee. Keep the left knee straight. And point your right toes to the top of the mat. And really try and get your right knee going over your right toes. Tuck your tailbone in. You should be getting a stretch through there. Okay, so right toes are heading up to the top of the mat. Right knee is over your toes. Left foot stays at a right angle, so it's perpendicular. Always got that muddled up at school. I think that's perpendicular, your right foot to your left, and you're opening out through the front of your hips. Tuck that tailbone in again. Okay, let's change sides. So the left foot points forwards, the right foot points up to the top of the mat. And your knee is coming over your toes. Good, well done. Okay, and come back. Keep that nice wide stance. Up into standing for everybody now. Keep that nice wide stance. And we're doing a few squats before we do the other side of our glute muscles. Okay, so down into our squat, nice and wide. Good. And down into that squat again and back up again. Your feet direction should be pointing towards sort of 11 and 1 on a clock face. Okay, 10 to 2 if it's easier. Somewhere around 11 and 1. Good. And if you want to do it as a sit to stand instead of a squat, that's fine. Five, 4, 3, good, 2, 1. For the next 5, lift your heels and squat down through your toes. 5, 4, you might not be able to go as low. 3, slow it down. 2, and 1. Should we hover there? Keep the heels up, hover, tuck that tailbone in, draw your pubic bone to your tummy button. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press the heels in and up to standing. Well done, everybody. Right, down onto the, we've done right side, we need to do left side, or sitting in the chair. Last bit of work. Down onto our side, ball between the heels. For those of you that normally come to the gym at the Holiday Inn, UFit, loads and loads of work taking place. That's why I wasn't sure I could do my class today, because where I was going to do it is now out of bounds because it's been filled up with a load of junk from another building bit that they're starting on. I think it's moving at quite a pace. Right, ball between our heels, down onto our side, or sitting in the chair, ball between the heels, sitting forwards in the chair. When you're ready, float that top knee and open up. And then don't bring the knees together, they hover as if they were magnets repelling each other. Press the heels and open. Lower the knees, but think about being a magnet, they're not going to attract each other. Press through the heels and lower back down. That's 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Allow the knees to fall together gently. Lift those feet up. Keep the feet together, squeezing 30% on the ball. Open up the top knee. 1, 2. Well done. Keep going. I'm just going to show those in the chair. You're in the chair for this one, sitting nice and forwards on the chair, on your tiptoes, so heels are raised. Piece of string coming through the top of your head, pressing the feet and heels together as you take the leg out to the side. Okay. So you're in exactly the same position if we tipped you up and lay down onto the mat. And when we go into our next part, it's going to be heels down, open, heels up, open, heels down, open, heels up, open. Okay. Okay, make the next two, your last two, with those feet nice and high. Two, good. Lower the heels down. And whether you're on the floor or the chair, rainbows on the floor. So taking that arm over, painting a rainbow, reaching up for the sky and opening up that upper back. If you're in the chair, you need to gently turn from side to side, and you can use the chair as a bit of a lever. Follow those fingers as best you can. Keep the knees facing forwards and open up the upper back. And come back down again. And last one. And come back down. Well done. So sequencing together. So lifting up those feet. Open and close. Lower the feet. Open and close. Lift the feet. Open and close. Lower the feet. Open and close. And gainer and anyone else in the chair, so that you're going from tiptoes and down, open, to flat foot and open. Lift the heels, tiptoes and open, and flat foot and open. Well done. Squeeze that ball. Remember, 30% effort through the ball. That just increases the amount of work your muscles are doing. And dig in for the last 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Rest those feet down. Good. You can let that ball go. Onto hands and knees for the last time, or rolling down in the chair, or a roll down in standing. And let's just roll that back into cat pose. Cow press. Child's pose forwards. Cat. Cow. Child's pose. Well done. Cat. Cow. Child's pose. I think lots of people are on the mat. I'm just going to try something. Can you take the back of your right hand and slide it on the floor through the space on your left hand side? So it's sliding off the left hand side of your mat, and you're looking at your hand, and you're looking at your right hand. That's it. Bring that right hand back. Take the back of the left hand, slide it on the floor through that space on the right hand side, and you're looking at your left hand. That's called threading the needle. Well done. Excellent. And come back if you want to try that again. So it's the back of the right hand slides through the space on the left hand side. So you're rotating your upper back, and you're looking at that right hand as it slides away. You're bringing that hand back. You're taking the back of the left hand, sliding it through the space on the right hand side, and you're watching it as it goes to the other side. Okay, and then placing it back again. Tuck your toes under. Who's going to join with this? Tuck your toes under. Draw that pubic bone into your tummy button. Press down through your fingers. Spread those hands. Lift your hips. Up into pike. Well done. You feel happy to do that? Great stuff. Brilliant, everyone. Remember to keep your breathing relaxed. Draw that pubic bone to your tummy button. Soften the knees. Work your hands back. And come up into standing. Super. If you didn't at the end there manage to thread the needle, just for next time, you can do it in standing. So you can take your left hand to your right foot, yep, and bring the other hand up above your head. This gives me an option for another exercise to do. And then you can take the left hand to the right foot, or right hand to left foot for you guys, and your left hand would be behind you. Okay, so if I bring that thread the needle in on 4 point, I will use this one as a rotation alternative for those that aren't on the floor. Okay. All right, let me see if I can talk to it. Oh, let's see if I can talk to everyone for a second. Let me just take you off mute.